When we can do something that is uncomfortable, that allows change. I radically accept and love myself. I have a juicy one for you today, and that is, why is it in this society people obsess over weight loss? It's like a trend. Like, you might hear people go, you've lost so much weight, you look so well, you look so trim, when actually, like, why is that a positive thing in our world? Why can't, like, being at a healthy, well-being weight where our physical, mental, emotional and spiritual health is optimal, and like the external appearance of our bodies is like not even validated? Like, why can't it be that way? And I'm telling you right now, it is from society's pressures. So that is exactly what we're going to be talking about today. And if you don't know me already, I'm Annie. I talk everything to do with your health, your fitness, your lifestyle, your mindset, and so much more. And if you watch to the end, I'm going to give you a little tip on how you can use a tool that I've used for so many years to reprogram your mind of actually weight loss is not something that should be credited for. We don't know people's circumstances, but how we can radically self-accept ourselves in the process of our journeys. So, point number one of why someone may potentially be a little bit more on the obsessive side of losing weight, and why in our society it is that way. And it's all to do with external validation. When we are intentionally losing weight that is not for our health, or it's only for aesthetic reasons to feel a certain way, we often do depend on external validation, meaning we do like those compliments that come in. We do appreciate the positive feedback that comes back when we are losing weight, or when we are seeing ourselves to have a change that then allows us to feel seen. There's all these different parts that fill us up, when actually if we were to flip that and fill up our own cup and recognize in ourselves with so much radical self-acceptance and compassion, regardless of where we are in our fitness and health and well-being journey, like, what happens when we give that to ourselves? We don't need the external validation. So can you see, if we were to really fill up our own cup and not race for external validation in this, the whole idea of obsessing over weight loss is diminished. It's gone. It's nothingness. Point number two is society's pressures. I said this right at the start, which is when society has conditioned us since we were kids of weight loss is a good thing, it means that you're on the right path, you look well, you look trim, whatever people call it. Why is that seen as such a good thing? And why is it that we are crediting people for that? And why is it that so many people, male, female, are focused so much on their aesthetics and not so much on who they are as a person? Like, I understand when you first meet someone, people judge within 10 seconds, we're human. But why is it we're so fixated on how we look rather than how we actually feel and what we're radiating outwards? Like, our energy is magnetic if we focus on actually filling up our own cup and really filling our needs and doing it for ourselves rather than meeting society's expectations. And this can also link into media and like social media. There is so much pressure in society to look a certain way on social media, or to have the latest trends or fashion or aesthetics or surgery or whatever. And it's just like, you're never gonna be at the destination. You're always gonna be on the hamster wheel. Number three is, it can be perceived that you are in control of your life. When people see weight loss, they often do assume that someone is in control of their life, when actually this can mean the complete opposite. And when I say this can mean the complete opposite, when someone, yes, can be in control of their life, at what spectrum is that? Because if we're in such control of our lives to the point where it takes over our life, that's not good. That's not good for our mental well-being or, you know, emotional health, mental health, spiritual health. It's just not good. So why is it that weight loss is seen as something that allows us to look like we're in control of our lives and that we're achieving in life and, you know, we're achieving our goals? It's actually far from that. And like, a little story I'm going to share with you is, at the times, like, this was about 10 years ago now, where I was at the lowest weight of my life. I had so much control over what I was eating, over the exercise I was doing, that I was out of control. Meaning, when I had so much emphasis on what I was doing, my emotional health and mental health was out of control. So next time you see someone that may be obsessively in the game of weight loss, or they're yo-yoing dieting all the time, that can be a sign that they're actually struggling mentally. So approaching it with compassion of like, do you need anything? Can I help you with anything? Like seeing like, how are they treating themselves? How is, we can never see what their relationship, we can never see what their language is towards themselves, but what we can see is the energy that they hold and how they hold themselves with their body language and so forth. That is something we can do for others in that instance. Point number 4 is fear of judgment. How many times have you heard someone go, I can't wear my trunks on the beach or my bikini on the beach because I'm not in shape, or something along those lines? That is an underlying subconscious thing saying, I don't want to be judged, I don't feel that I am good enough, or I don't feel that what I have underneath my clothes is something to be proud of. Let me tell you, you are living, you are breathing, you are watching this video, you are achieving in life. If you're comparing and saying to yourself, I cannot do this because I don't want to wear my bikini or anything like that, it's often fear of judgment from others, but also judgment of yourself. Point number 5, we have a very comparison culture, meaning our culture is very like day to day. People compare themselves all the time, like, and it's not even like a conscious thing. People can do it naturally and then just mirror it back of what they're lacking inside of themselves. And I'm here to tell you, if you do that, and yes, we're human, but if we choose to do that constantly, you're draining your own light, and you cannot show up for others if you are doing that to yourself. Point number 6 is this quick fix mentality. How many marketing weight loss adverts have you seen? How many weight loss companies are out there that are to do with shakes and bars and things that are just not food? That is one, a money-making thing where they profit from the consumer from an emotional place, but actually quick fixes of yo-yoing is actually diminishing our mental health. When there is this time in society where everyone can see, we do not need the next latest trend on how to lose weight. We do not need that next thing. What we do need, however, is wholesome food, good water, good sleep, good nutrition, good low stress. That's when we can actually identify, okay, there is no quick fix here, and this is a lifestyle change. And last but not least, the last point is identity and self-worth. Often when people lose weight, they intertwine it with their self-worth and identity, and when they associate with that, if they go even outside of that bracket or have a particular food that I like to call soul food that fills them up, like, what are they going to identify with or speak to themselves like later on if this old habit of then gaining weight, of that yo-yo effect, is going to happen? Like, people love to identify with weight loss and being skinny or being like aesthetically pleasing, when actually, like, that's not good for our mental health, that's not good for our emotional health, that's not good for connection with others. Like, we can adopt a lifestyle that is healthy for our mental, emotional, physical and spiritual health, that can bring our loved ones with it, rather than go on this path alone and identify with this whole weight loss thing that actually is going to be a dead end, and you're going to crash and burn even more. All in all, if we can approach body image, self-acceptance, our achievements, weight loss, our bodies, everything in a more compassionate and radically self-accepting way, that is when we're going to achieve more in our life. That is when we're going to be able to hit those goals in a more meaningful way, and that is in the process. So if you have watched to the end, I said I would give you a tip on how you can radically go through this whole radical self-acceptance in the most authentic, easiest and nourishing way. And I have said this many times, but I will say it again. When we can do something that is uncomfortable, that allows change. For example, looking at yourself in the mirror and going, I radically accept and love myself. And you say it, and whatever emotions come up, allow them to come up. Say it as much as you can consistently. And there will be a day, I promise you, where you look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, I radically accept and love myself. And that is all I have to say about that. Let me know your journey on that. I would love to hear it. And actually, if there's anything that came up for you or anything you would like to feedback on, please comment below. I would love to hear it. I will see you on the next video.